big thing that is kind of going to break open League of Legends data and analysis is probably being able to track minion wave states. You usually have to use like image recognition, things like this to do so. So I think once someone kind of cracks that, that's going to really up the game a lot. Our League of Legends team is kind of in an interesting spot because we're starting over with a bunch of players who haven't played together before, whereas a bunch of the other teams in LCS will already have an established core. So we're really focusing on finding an effective system for our players to play together and making sure we can accelerate using that system going forward. Data that will be helpful for this kind of cohesion is, for example, HPE's comms tool will help us analyze their communication and make that a lot more efficient. The draft tool, once we get a system for the scrim data going into what gives us wins, what gives us successful fights, we can kind of focus on champions that are really core to our players' successes and continue to drill those. The communication tool is pretty useful right now in terms of being able to identify lag between comms if players are left to talk without a response from their teammates. In the future, I think we're going to continue to develop the comms tool to really focus on identifying what types of communication is being used. If it's a directional comm, if it's a passive or updated comm, and tweaking that and giving the players the feedback that they can improve their communication in that way. I think most of the people would agree that our roster on paper is surprisingly good for a team that we had to kind of remake. So I'm excited. I think the biggest thing and most important thing for me is to work with players who are really driven and motivated and hardworking, and I think that's what we have here. So I'm pretty excited to come to work every day and work with them.